All right, it's better. Right, back to reality. I forgot to turn the microphone up. There you go. That's one of those live things that you've got to do that I forgot about. Anyway, it's midnight 30 here, so this is Midnight Ramblings, which is one of my regular podcast segments, usually lasting about 10 minutes. And I think I want to talk about the fires in Hawaii. I don't know very much about what's going on, but I know there's something suspicious going on because the police are not allowing anybody anywhere near the Lahaina site of what was happening, the fire and what have you. So the police are treating the scene like it's a crime scene, which it is. So there's a murder investigation going on, basically. I think is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people dead, and there's a lot of people missing, and the police are obviously keeping people away from the site. That makes total sense. Uh, yeah, so I think there's over 1,000 people missing. There's 100 people dead officially at the moment. They've got to identify the bodies, so they can't have people wandering in and out. So it doesn't make any sense to have people wandering in and out if it's an active crime scene, which you have to treat it as an active crime scene. There's no other way to treat it. So the alternative media is shouting and screaming about directed energy weapons. I've not seen any evidence so far of directed energy weapons. Uh, but it's possible that there was arson involved in this because it's prime real estate. And if there's no other way to get rid of old or historically important buildings, then Freemasons are well known for burning down buildings. I don't know what the Freemasonry is like on Maui, but that would be the place that Freemasons have a history of burning down buildings. It's what they do most of the time. So yeah, start there and work out. If you want a list of suspects, start with the local Freemasons, work your way out to the World Economic Forum and Larry Fink at BlackRock, because Fink will probably get the job of rebuilding that particular town, I would imagine. When there's public money available for rebuilding it, then he's the guy that'll get the job of rebuilding it. I just realised I've got one of my microphones switched off, but fortunately the other one doesn't have an off switch on it, so I should be all right. All right. So I'm not saying that anything criminal has happened. I'm saying it's a crime scene. We don't know yet, but there's the local real estate developers would certainly be on a list of suspects amongst other people. And if anybody moved valuable items out of that town in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they should be on a list of suspects as well. So there'll be a way of putting this together to work out who did what and when, or if it's a naturally occurring fire, because there'll be evidence of arson somewhere if it is arson. So I'm sorry for all the people who died. I was listening to Ivy West on Revolution Radio on Saturday night, and she was in tears, saying that there's 500 children missing because the children were sent home. And I've just looked up whether the water was turned off, and it was withheld. The water was withheld by a local official, and there was an argument about it. But there was half a day's delay in getting access to water. So something is definitely not right, and it needs to be sorted out. I don't know who, what, when, where, and how yet, but I shall give it some thought. What I might do is sit down and just douse on some possibilities and then use that as the basis for a show on Saturday. I've got 2 days to work out what I want to do and how I want to do it. If I'm going to comment and do some kind of dowsing to get a response, then I need to go through all the possible options, narrow that down, come up with some kind of suspect list, and narrow that down, and then work out a commentary from there. So it's not necessarily real, but it's a commentary based on my dowsing, something like that. Anyway, I'll work it out by Saturday. Don't know exactly how that'll work. I'll figure it out though. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. It is exactly midnight 30 now. So I shall see you later on today, probably in about 6 hours' time, I would imagine, given my tendency to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.